If you are selling different products, or you are selling services, or you're a service-based business, or whether product or service-based business, you can be able to import all of the products that you currently have inside of HubSpot. And now when you create this product, you can then attach whatever product you want to attach to a specific deal. So let's say, for instance, you have a particular deal that wants to buy a service from you. You can create that service in HubSpot, then you can attach it into the deal of that particular contact. So to create a product in HubSpot, all you need to do is just to go into the left hand side over here, and you come over here to commerce. And when you go over to commerce, you are going to see product here. You click on product, and when you click on product, you are going to get to this page where you can be able to import from a CSV file, or you can create just one product. So when you click on create product, it is going to take you to this page where you can be able to add in the information of your product. As you can see here, we can add the name, we can add the SKU number, we can also add the product description, the product type, the product frequency, and all of this can be added. So let's say we want to add in a product and want to name this CRM starter plan. And we can also add in the product description here, and we can add in the SKU number. So the SKU number for your product can be any number that you are going to decide on. So for instance, if we're going to be using a prefix or a suffix, we need to maintain that prefix and suffix for all of our products. So let's say we want to use something like CRM dash 001. So this is going to be the SKU number for this particular product. Then for the next product, you can say CRM dash 002. So you can continue that way, so that it will allow you to be able to attach one SKU number to a particular product or service. So you can also put in the product description, and you can type in whatever product description you want to type in. So you can say this product is for CRM beginners, and when you type that in, it is going to get in here. So you can also add in the product type. So you can say for the product type, you want to use it as inventory, which is also known as product, or you want to say it is non-inventory, or it is service-based product. So since we mainly do services in CRM instructors, we can say this is a service-based product. When you click on service, that means you're saying that this product is actually a service. So you can also say the billing frequency, it is a one-time, or you can say if it is weekly, or if it is quarterly, or annually, or every 5 years, or every 4 years, whatever it is you want to name this. So let's say, for instance, this is actually a product where we are calling it CRM audits, and we do CRM audits for businesses every month. Then we can click on the monthly. Now when you click on monthly, it is going to bring out the billing term here, and you can say that if you want to automatically renew until it is cancelled, or you want only a fixed number of payments. So let's say if the CRM audit is only going to take 3 months, so we can say that after 3 months, that means after 3 consecutive months of payment, we can then decide to cancel this particular service for the contact. So you can pick in 3 months here if you want, and when you do that, as you can see, the term has been updated. So when you come over here and you say you want to automatically renew until it is cancelled, you are saying that this product is, when we attach this product to a particular contact, they can keep on paying for this product until the contact decide that they want to cancel this product themselves. So now that is done, you can go on to the pricing configuration. We also have the tiered pricing, but that is in commerce or professional plan. And since we do not have that, we can just let that go for now and use the flat rate pricing. So we can say that this particular product is going to cost $400, and as you can see, that has been added. We can also say that the unit cost is a particular thing. So let's say you are selling a product and the product is going to be sold for $400, but you got the product for $300. So that means if you get the product for $300 and you are selling it for $400, your margin is going to be $100. So margin just means that your profit, the profit you'll be getting for this particular product is going to be $100. This is actually very important if you are selling products, because HubSpot can be able to calculate all of these margins and profits when you start doing your reporting. So it is important that you put the right thing. Now that all of this has been added, you can also decide to add in a product image if you want. So when you click on upload, it is going to go into your computer and it is going to allow you to be able to browse images that you have. So it is going to go into my computer in here, and I can then pick whatever images I want to pick. So let's say I want to pick something like this and I just attach it in here. This particular image has been attached to this product. So now we can also decide to edit this form if we want. That means if you edit this form, it is going to allow you to be able to add in multiple forms that you want to add apart from all of this. But we do not want to do that. So we can decide to create and add another form, or we can just decide to create. And when you click on create and add another form, it is going to create this particular product, and it is going to bring another blank form for you to create another product. So you can just click on create, and when you click on create, you are going to see that your product has been added inside of HubSpot. So now that your product has been added, if you go back into, let me see if I have deals here. Okay, so now if I want to create a deal, I can create new deal, and don't worry, I've set it up myself. So I can create this particular deal, and I can go over into a line item and I can add in my new product. So since my starter plan has already been created, I can just click on this and add this particular product to my deal, and I can add in all of that information, and I can then create my deal. And this means that the amount of this deal is going to be $400. So I can create multiple products and just continue adding various line items for that particular contact. So that is how to attach your product to your deals. Okay, so now we know that we can create products. So let's see how we can be able to import products inside of HubSpot. So let's say you are a business that is managing about 100 products, and it will be so unreasonable to just start creating this product one by one. You cannot create 100 products. That is actually a lot for you to create. So what are you going to do? This is where importing of products comes in. So now we have this domain list here where we have the product name, we have the SKU, we have the product description, we have the unit price, and we have the billing frequency for each of these products. So now what we want to do is that we want to import this product inside of HubSpot. So now I'm just going to go over and download this. So make sure that anything you are trying to import inside of HubSpot should be a CSV file, or it should be a Excel file. So you have to make sure it's an Excel file, sorry. So you have to make sure it is one of those two things. So now we are going to go into download over here, and we are going to use the CSV file, and we are going to download this as a CSV file. And as you can see, it has downloaded into my computer. I can then come back into HubSpot, and I can then click on this, whether to create a product or to import a product. So when I click on import, it is going to take me to this place where I can be able to import a file, or I can sync from another third-party app if I want, or I can transfer my data using their smart transfer tool, or I can just use all of these options. Yeah, so since I'm importing from a file, it's actually simple to just import data from my file. So now it is going to ask you if you want to do contact or if you want to import all objects. So we are not importing contact, we are trying to import all other objects. So we click on the advanced objects, and now you can be able to pick the particular object you want to import. We are not importing contact. If you want to see how we import contact, you can go back to the section where we try to import contact inside of HubSpot. But now we are trying to create product. So we are going to click on the product, and we are going to click on next. And now when you click on next, as you can see, it is taking you to this place where it is asking you if you want to create and update products. So let's say, or let's imagine that you already have some products inside of HubSpot and you want to update them, and you want to also add new ones. So if the product inside of this file here is already existing in this on my HubSpot account, I can just decide to update those products. But since these are new products, I can just use the create new product only, or I can just decide to update existing products if I already have that product in HubSpot. So let's just use create and update product, and when you do that, it is going to ask you to choose the particular files you want to upload. And this is the file we just uploaded in today. As you can see, products for HubSpot, and when you click on open, it is going to bring that particular file into HubSpot. And now we can then click on next, and it's going to ask you for the language of the column headers. So just imagine you are using another language for this particular column headers, then you can be able to pick whatever language you are using. But since we are using English, we'll just leave it as English, and we click on next. It's going to ask you to map from the column header to the HubSpot property. So this is mapping as the product name, and this is mapping as the product type, which is actually wrong. It's supposed to map to the name. So that has been mapped. Product name has been mapped to name in HubSpot. SKU has been mapped to SKU, and product description has also been mapped to product description. Then product type should be mapped with product type in here. So let's look for, this is product type, so that should be mapped. And we have the unit price, which is in USD, and we can also decide to map it as unit price. And if you have the cost also, unit cost, you can also map the unit cost in. We're having some issues with our billing frequency, and the thing about HubSpot is if there is some irregularities between the file and HubSpot, it is going to let you know. So we have these errors here for billing frequency, and it is saying it should map with one time, and it is supposed to be correct just because my T is capital letter in my column and it's a small letter in HubSpot. So that's just a tiny mistake that is coming up here, but we can just decide to map this to one time. So we can just pick this, and it is going to replace every of this value here. So you don't need to start adjusting your file. You can just use a replacement value for that. Okay, so when we are done, we click on cancel. Since that has been mapped, we can then click on next. And when you click on next, it is going to ask you for the import name, and you can also check in for the number format. If you are not in the United States, you can use any other country you are from and just use the number format. And when you are done, you click on finish import, and when you click on finish import, it is going to map all of the products into HubSpot. And you just need to give it a little bit of time for it to map in. And as you can see, this product has already been created inside of HubSpot. Okay, so it is not importing my billing frequency. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we have imported 20 records, and it created 20 new records, and it updated 0 records because there were no existing records. And as you can see, it is showing me my errors. The one time capital letter T and small letter T, the error is already showing in here. So you can be able to see whatever is going on, and you can see the HubSpot properties that is not importing, and you can also view the rows with those errors. And as you can see, it is showing up here, and it's showing that the one time is not imported. Okay, so you can also download these errors, and you can readjust them, then re-import and update them if you want. But let's just go back into commerce, and let's go back to products. And as you can see here, all of our products has been imported. So for the ones that we do not have the billing frequency, you can decide to add that yourself. So let me quickly do a quick filter just to help with this. So we can say that I want to filter in for everyone that do not have the billing frequency. If the billing frequency is unassigned, yep. So we can find the 18 objects that was not assigned, and we can just click on edit here, and we can just use the billing frequency. We can update it from here, and you can click on one time, and you can click on update. That is going to update all of this particular product, all of these products as one time. So now our import error has been adjusted. So that is how to import and create products inside of HubSpot. Remember that you can do this for products, you can do this for services, and you can do it for anyone that you want. So when we go back into our deals, over here, and we are trying to create a new deal, when we click on create new, we can then go into our line item over here. And as you can see, when you click on the line item, it is going to bring out all of the particular product that we've imported. So you can be able to add in multiple line items for this particular deal, and this deal is going to help you. And the line item is going to be determined, and is going to calculate the amount for this particular deal. So that is how to create products and add it to your deals. If you have been using HubSpot for a while, or your team have been using HubSpot for a while, and you feel like your team are not using HubSpot the way they are supposed to, we at CRM instructors, we can help train your team to make sure that they understand HubSpot to the fullest potential, and they can understand how to use HubSpot for your particular sales process. So you can book your team training by using the link in the description below, or you can check us out at crminstructors.com to see how we train teams to use HubSpot optimally. And also do not forget to subscribe to this channel, and also like this video, and also share to everyone who you think is going to need this video. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.